in a fun segment. Honestly, you know, I tweeted about it on our Twitter. I was like, everyone needs to have a Don Callis in their corner to just to pump them up and just to be a smooth talker and to be in your corner, just be like, come on, get him. And so we had a segment where Jungle Boy was supposed to have a promo, and then Kenny interrupted him, and that he told him that he packed a picnic for him and a knuckle sandwich, and so he wanted, was just begging for Jungle Boy to hit him, and so
yeah,
I love that they needed to have something like this to kind of just to push this for sure. But just Don Callis to me stood out the most. I mean, Kenny Omega's like over the top ridiculousness is so funny. And so like such a different element than what we're used to coming out, being, the baby face and like almost like all business and like get to it, but just
machine.
Yeah, which is love that part of him. But this just over the top ridiculousness is so entertaining. I mean, God. I don't know who's more. All three of the guys. I mean, Young Bucks and Kenny taking this whole new persona and elevating it more than I could ever imagine, and they're killing it. Don Callis is the number one MVP wild card in this group as well.
I hear you. You like Bonds. Every time I read Bonds' column too, he always talks about Don Callis. Don is so integral, and just his commentary throughout this promo when Kenny was getting the sneak attacks in had me cracking up. I love Don Callis. He's absolutely on point. And, this whole thing felt like the workings of the invisible hand. It just, the way that it was played out, it was obvious from the get-go that Kenny was trying to goad the calm. What's wild here is that Kenny is the champ, and he's like jonesing, right? He's like, he's itching. And JB is this calm, cool, collected young kid. And you could tell Kenny's trying to get him rattled, and he can't seem to rattle Jack Perry. I love that. I think that's really smart presentation of how this has gone.
Right.
This whole thing was absolutely fantastic. I thought that Kenny was hilarious when he was talking about I want to get all up in that. I want to get all up in that, Jungle Boy. I was dying laughing listening to that. And I just think that these two naturally right now, SPD, I know that you were worried about when we first saw way that this feud could go. Jungle Boy, can he hang on the mic or in a presentation wise with Kenny? Can he hang with Kenny? The way that AEW is allowing this to go, that's a lot of it's about making your words matter, making those things like when he has the opportunity, he's delivering. He doesn't need to cut these epic promos. Let Kenny do his thing. Let Kenny talk his head off, and let JB be the guy who's not rattled, but the mind games from Kenny Omega and Don Callis aren't affecting him. I love that. I love how this is going. Definitely, again, an example of both sides coming out looking better in the end. I really am liking this like craziness going on in Kenny Omega too.
I hope we see, in terms of pure wrestling, this match is going to be probably one of the best. It could be a match of the year contender, in my opinion.
Yes.
We've seen what Jungle Boy can do. He's another one of those underutilized stars that we just see the world out of him. And so I think I don't want to overhype it, but these guys will deliver on every aspect. It's going to be a match of the year contender for sure. Obviously, I still think, well, not obviously, but I still think Kenny's going to retain. But it would be fun to maybe have this feud stretch a little bit more, maybe have a tag match, see Luchasaurus back in action and stuff
you always want
that.
Luchasaurus
I do like
involved.
Luchasaurus. But it was the right decision. It was who I picked to win at Double or Nothing for the Battle Royal.